I want to tell you that many years ago, I don't remember if it was more than 20, I was happily serving as a pastor in Ciudad Juarez, like any other pastor. But a national news story began to spread that the Tarahumara people were on the verge of extinction. That's when I felt the urge to go and see for myself firsthand just what was happening in those places. And so we made arrangements and set off to reach the most remote area we could, and we were driving along very difficult dirt roads. When we arrived at a village, I got the news that on that very day, they were going to bury a man from the village. It was a moment when I asked the man, who was the leader of the village, what that man had died of, and he explained briefly. A month ago, he asked me for a liter of corn. I gave it to him. A week later, he came back and asked for another, but I had no more. He explained he died of hunger. When he said that, I felt something very sad inside my heart. I had never been in such a situation. It was my first time. Scripture that I don't think of continuously, it became clearer in my mind and heart, where it said, "You saw me naked, you saw me hungry, you fed me." And that's when I felt it, that I had no choice but to say to him, "Lord, if you go with me, I will go."
Food insecurity is a serious global issue, affecting millions of people around the world. Despite advances in technology, many still lack access to safe and nutritious food. At CA, we take God's command to feed the hungry seriously. As we heard from Pastor Tomas, in many parts of the world, there's nowhere to turn. No food banks, no local programs, no safety net. Access to food in these places can be a matter of life or death. And as we reflect back on 50 years of ministry, we're so grateful for the ways God has allowed us to partner with incredible organizations to serve the most vulnerable. And one of the ways we support our partners is through CA's annual Global Food Drive. For example, through our partnerships in Mexico with Village of Hope in Africa and the Middle East, we've seen how providing food opens the door for connection to something more, especially amongst the persecuted church and religious minorities. And this year we've got an exciting opportunity. Faithful donors have already pledged $40,000 in matching donations. That means that every dollar you give will be doubled. So church, would you join us in reaching our goal of raising $80,000 through this year's food drive? This money will enable us to continue CA's legacy of caring for those in need. Together, let's join in God's mission, across the street and around the world.